Hi everyone, welcome back to Amazonia from Stamperia. This is a design project for Scrap and Create, and you can get all your supplies there. There's a link down below. There's also a link down below to the cutting guide for this project, which you can get. It is free, just go and download it. So let's just keep going. We're finishing up matting. We have a little bit more to do on the inside covers, and then we need to work on the actual cover. So let me show you what I've done. I picked out some papers that I haven't cut yet, but I have cut and put down a couple. This is one on the cover. So this is, I forget how it went. Like that? Like that? No, it went like that, I think. Yeah, like that. So this was a 12 by 12, and I cut this side 6.5, I believe. Yeah. Did I cut that? It's a little more than that. How much did I? Where did I cut that? I thought it was cutting it 6.5, but no, 6 5/8. It looks like, and 10 and 7/8 tall. But save this piece because we're probably going to put this on top of that. Okay, so that's why I left them together. We're going to do quite a bit of layering, I think, on the cover. All right, and then I used the this over here, these big lily pads for the inside front cover, and we're going to add some more to that. And you can see I've still got a little warping going on from having to use wet glue, so I still need to weight that down some. Okay, so I've got these two sheets, and I think I'm going to use this for the big spot in here, and then I'm thinking of this. Let me show you. Hope you can see. Okay. All right, so we have this big flap, and we hadn't matted the inside, and I ended up matting it with, I can't even get it under the camera, the leopard print. So let me slide that back up. So we still have these to do, and then I was thinking of using, oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Okay. This, and I don't know if I want to use this part of it or this part of it, but this for this area. And then I thought this stripe for the inside of these goes well with that leopard print. The other option would be to use this map, but we have already featured this map elsewhere. And here comes Jolly. Hey baby, there is no room at all. Okay, so I think since I know for sure I'm going to use this, I just need to decide if I want the top part, or I think either way I'm going to get this big lily, and it's just a matter of do I want more of the map or these words, and I think this map goes nicely with that, so let's do that. All right, so this needs to be 10, should be 10 3/8 by 8 3/8. I'm closing this because Jolly's coming. Hi. You're going to get down? Okay. Now, when you're cutting all these things, make sure you save all your cutoffs because we still have quite a bit to do and not a lot of paper left in terms of inserts and things like that. So this album may not have a whole lot of inserts. Okay, so that's going to go there. That looks nice. And then let's cut these side pieces. And these are 5 3/8 by 10 3/8. Okay, so these are going to go there. And I would advise you, if you're not working along and you're just watching these videos, you know, and then you're going to make this thing, do all these mats outside the book, because I had a really hard time getting that big mat on because there was no support under it, and I feel like I'm going to have a similar issue with this one. But let's go ahead and get them down. and we just need something for the outsides there. Here, the only thing I've done is I did put 3 magnets, one here, and one here. These were all done already. These were all done. This I'm holding to go here. I haven't decided exactly how, but I need to put magnets under it, so I'm just going to set this piece aside so I don't use it to go there. And then this piece I have here because I'm going to use that on this pocket that we're about to make. So let me just tuck this over here. And I have got a pocket. This is what we just did on whatever album it is we just made. It's already out of my head. Sea Dream. I'm going to do a similar pocket and flap situation. So this is 4.5 by, I cut it 11 7/8. And then this is, should be 10 7/8 it is, give or take, by 7.5. So this is actually the other piece, I think, right? Okay, so let me go ahead and score these. And let's close this book for the moment and move it over. The larger piece, we just need to score down one long side at 1/2 inch. And then the pocket down the long side at 1/2 inch. And then each short side at 1/2 inch. Is that? Trying to decide if I want to round those corners. I haven't rounded any other corners in here, though, I don't think. I can't remember. I have to take a quick look and see. I hope she wears herself out, because last night they slept all evening, and then when I finally went to bed, they got the zoomies, and I have right outside, the stair landing is right outside my bedroom, and it's it's got a railing that goes over and down the whole stairwell. You've seen the way most stairs are. Well, they like to jump on top of that railing, like on the banister that's no more than 1 inch wide, with like a 30-foot drop or whatever it is. It scares the living daylights out of me. And they were taking turns jumping up there and chasing each other. Okay, put that tape pretty close. That's all right. Okay. And what I was thinking, not this piece, that's the one I'm saving for the other side. I've got this, and I really like this side with the Bird of Paradise, and we've not used it yet. And I think if I do use it on here, I'm going to get a little bit of this bird, but not very much. And I could use it here, but I'd be cutting a lot of it off. So I think we'll use it on the flap. So and I'm going to put it down before I put it in the book, because that will make my life easier. Although it's on the cover, so it's not bad. So I think I'm going to put this flap in this direction. So we're going to want to put this on like that. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do most likely is push this flap in a little bit, and then I'm going to need to put a narrow mat here, and I'll tell you why what my thinking is on that in a minute. But I'm just thinking out loud what I need to do. Okay, so let me find a spot to put this down. Okay, so for this flap, I need a piece 6 6 3/4 is 2. 6 7/8 is too much. Let me see. I could go, I'm just going to do like a fat 6 3/4. You'll have to measure yours to see what's the best. Okay, I think that is perfect. There's not enough of that bird for it to even be noticeable. And I think I'm going to cut the bottom part off. So this should be, how much? 10 7/8. Okay, and I don't have anything for the inside of this flap yet. But I have scraps, so I should be able to use one of those. I am getting low. I'm well into my second 12x12 sheet. Now I have 8x8s, but 8x8s won't fit in these areas. The only place I can use 8x8s is on that, that 6x6 folder thing that we have in the middle, and then on inserts, unless I want a piece, which I can do if I have to. But I don't want to. I can't tell because I can't see the top from where I'm sitting. It looks too long, but it's okay. It's a little longer than it needed to be. It's fine. It's actually pretty good. Okay, and I might end up using a solid, maybe a craft on the inside of this. I'm thinking I'm going to need to introduce some craft solid in some of these places. Although I don't really have much left on the inside. I just have the inside of this, the front of this pocket, and then those 2 flaps. Okay, so scraps. I think I only have one that's wide enough to actually use, and that's this one. Don't really like the way that looks. We've already used this crocodile and I don't want to cut him. Oh, well, no, that's going on the cover. We've got the bird. We've used him a million times. Oh, but we've got the other side. Perfect. That will be perfect. Okay, and I'm going to cut the top part off. Phew, okay. All right, let's see. This needs to be 3 7/8 by 10 5/8. 3 7/8 by 10 5/8. Did I cut this too short? Did a little bit, but you know what? We're going with it because I don't have enough paper to do something else. Okay, cut it a hair too short, but no worries. just cutting the corners on this. Okay. This is going that way, so this goes this way, and it is a little short, but it's fine. Okay. Got glue in my hand. Hang on. Okay. And you know what? Hang on. Don't stick down, don't stick down, don't stick down yet. Okay, hang on. I needed a magnet. I'm just gonna have to guess. Yikes. Okay, hang on. I can't guess. I have to put this in the book. Ugh. Okay, hang on. I'm like freaking out over here. Okay. We're just gonna have to hope for the best here. I can't believe I did that. I'm just guessing on these magnets. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I think it is. Okay. That goes set. Oh, I'm gonna have bumps in this mat. Okay. That is definitely not great, but it is going to have to do. We are going to burnish the heck out of that. Just be careful with the magnets. But of course you will have put your magnets down first, like you're supposed to. Okay. Whew. All right, salvage that. this is going here in a little bit. We don't want it right up against the spine. And that's the spine right there. So right about there. And I did cut this a little bit short on purpose. It's 4 7/8. 4 7/8. Looks good. Whoops, well it did until I moved it. 4 7/8. Okay. It doesn't matter how far in or out it is, just that it's the same top and bottom. All right. And just removing some of this tape, sticking that down. Okay. Just remove some tape from that one corner. Just putting my ruler down to make sure I'm right about where I wanted it. Just 4 7/8. It's out a little bit from where I wanted it. It was not quite. You don't want to stick it down permanently until you're sure you've got it where you want it. I keep trying to put it just a hair. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to slide up here, make sure it's at 4 7/8 up there. There it is. Okay. Go. And we're going to need a piece to line this as well. Okay, now before I put this down, and I'm going to have to do the magnets, but I can do that after. Like I said, I want to push this in a little bit because I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a chain closure and I can't put it through the flap or the flap won't open. But I have plenty of little narrow pieces floating around that I can put down. And I think that one will be just fine, right? All right, so I just need to cut that. 10 7/8. That's good. And some of this is going to stick out underneath this little tab, but that's okay. It'll get covered by a mat. And I think I could have put those magnets on the pocket in quite a bit further than I did, but they'll be fine where they are. I was in a bit of a panic, as I'm sure you could tell. I hope you could see this. I'm just putting this right along this edge, just right there. Okay. I just want to leave about, I don't know, half an inch, no more, to leave room for the grommet, for the chain closure. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over. And I really should mat the inside of this while it's out of the book, but I have to put the magnets in, so it has to be in the book. So it's all right. This one I can fold out against the table, I think. Okay. Looks good. I just want to make sure it's straight along this since it's a stripe. Okay. And then let's do the magnets while I'm thinking of it. Put yours further in, like about here. I think mine are about there. They're not bad. They're pretty good actually where they are. This was very stressful. Okay. Putting some scraps under these. Oh, that's the narrow. I need wider. Looking for the top of my glue. There it is. Okay, put that there. Okay, there's that. And there's that. Okay. Actually pretty good. Well, that was sheer dumb luck, because that's pretty much where I would have put them. All right, I'm trying to find a place where I can put this where you might possibly be able to see it, hopefully. And I think I have a vague idea what I'm going to use for the inside of this. I might use the inside of the back cover. And if I could remember what I did with the paper would be all set. Okay, here it is. For the, I have some big strips like this, but they're not big enough for here. That's, oh, the inside of the front cover is what I was thinking. With these cut aparts, because I won't need 2 sheets of it. I think that would be good. Let's use that. All right. So 10 7/8 by 6 7/8. That looks good. And then, let's see, I'm saving that for the cover. That might work for inside that pocket. This side, but you only see the back side of the gator. I don't think we want. Oh, you know what I have that might... Oh, it's too narrow. I had that, but it's too narrow. Would have looked kind of cool, half in that pocket, wouldn't it? We could still do it. We could do it and put something, just a narrow strip of something beside it. I have plenty of narrow strips. I think that's too busy. It would be so obvious that I had stretched my paper by doing that. What else have I got? We have that. It's got like a bird beak on it. However, we'd mostly be hiding the bird beak. And we need just a little bit. Okay, so that works. This, I don't want to use this because it's obvious that it's what we cut off from there. But I think this would be really cool. So that's what we are going to do. Okay. So once again, this must be 10 7/8, right? Okay. So let's do that first. I had this piece on there and it fit, but when I'm trying to cut it, it's telling me it's too short. Oh, it is a little short. This is the one I accidentally cut too short. Right, I have this piece. Again, I only need a little bit. I don't want to use that because that's going opposite direction of that. But I could use that. Alright, so I need it to be not very wide, like an inch. 10 7/8 by an inch. Okay. Thinking maybe do it that way. No, this way, because the bark is going opposite this bark. Okay. Just real quick ink this. Actually, I'm cutting this down, so I'm going to lose most of that bark. So hang on. Let me double check. If I'm going to do that, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to do it the way I was originally planning. And let me go ahead and ink this one. Might as well ink this while I'm at it. this guy is going to go in here, and I need to cut him down to, I probably ought to have cut it down before I inked it, don't you think? 10 and, it's 10 and 7/8, but because it has to fit in that pocket, it needs to be a little shorter, but we'll sneak up on it. Is that going to work? Nope, still a hair long. It's going to fit, but it's really tight. I think I need to make it just a tiny bit shorter. And honestly, I should have put this one in first, except I couldn't. This had to be underneath it because this one is just a little bit longer, but you know what? That's fine, because besides the fact that there'll be things in the pocket, I can put something decorative or something that'll hide that if I have to. Now I am just barely going to put this in the pocket, just a tiny bit, because I want as much of that jaguar to show as possible. Tucked it ever so slightly into that pocket. That looks cool though. And this piece is just a little longer, top and bottom. So take that into account when you cut yours. Maybe cut this mat first, even if you're not going to put it in yet. Like cut this one first, then cut this one the same length, then put this down, then put that down. That's how I should have done it. That's not how I did it, but that's how I should have done it. Okay, but I don't care because it still looks cool. Okay, now let's put this one down. Okay. There we go. That looks good. Ooh. The glue seepage right there. I like that a lot. Okay, so we need something here, but we have to put magnets first because we're going to attach something. So that's just going to have to wait. This, we're ready for decoration on that. We did these, right? Yeah, we did those. This is all done. Okay, we need to map the inside of this. This is done. And then we need to mat the outsides of these two flaps. Okay. I'm just checking the time. Okay, I am gonna stop now. I'll be back in just a couple seconds for you. I need to pick out these mats, and That's about it. Boy, I'm happy with how this is coming. All right, so I'm gonna stop now. I will probably resume filming tomorrow, but like I said, it'll just be a few seconds for you. So I will be right back. I'm back. It is the next day, and I have discovered when I went to do these mats that I don't have a single sheet of 12 by 12 left that is not cut aparts. I was saving this to use on the cover, but I don't really need it because it was gonna go like under a lot of other things, so I can just use something else. So I'll use this, and then this is the only other scrap I have that's a size that'll work, and I don't want to use this side of it because it would cut off this crocodile. So it has to be this side. So my decision was made for me. And I decided to put this one on this side because it picks up the browns on the inside. And then this one, and I love the butterfly and I would use it, except that we've already used it elsewhere. So it's going to be these. All right, and this is going to be whatever width it is, which is, I think, probably a hair narrow, but it's not bad. And then the length on these flaps, pick that up, is 10 3/8 for the mat. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. And do I need to cut width on this? I do. So this needs to be 5, about 5 1/4, maybe a fat 5 1/4. Okay, so that one's gonna go there. That's good. And then this one is going to go here. All right. And you know what I need is a contrast. And I have no idea what I've done with any of those things. Okay, just so I can see there, like that. Okay. That is going to go like that. And it's fine. Okay. Let me ink. Oh, I have to refill that bottle of glue. It's almost empty. Now I do have the one sheet that I set aside for that back page. When I said it was completely out, that's not including that one sheet, but obviously I couldn't use that for this because I need it for that other spot. Okay. Going under there. Okay, so I'm going to move that one out of the way so I can see that white. And let's do this. So I think if I had time, I would order another 12 by 12 so that I had ended up with 3. Obviously, I'm going to be able to get this done with 2. So if you just want to use 2, that's fine. It'll work. But I would have liked to have had the flexibility of having one more. And I just want to make sure that that's lined up pretty straight across there, and that looks pretty good. cat hair. It's everywhere in my house. But anyway, as I was saying, it would have been nice to have had one more, but you know, I'll be able to get it done with two. So just decide how you want to go about it. Okay. Now let's do this one. Just going to do the same thing. That. This is going to go here. That's perfect. And then we're going to decide, I'm not going to make it, but I'm going to decide on the size for the removable tag element that we're going to put on that back page so we can get those magnets down and get that glued. I have in mind a size and we'll try it, and if it works, that's what we'll do. That's actually fine. Okay, so let's look at that back page. And let me grab, okay. This was probably a bit of a rough edit, so let me explain where we're at. Here we are. This is the back page. As you can see, it's done. Well, not done. We have to do a lot with this tag, but I did film doing this, but I made such a hot mess of it that I'm just not even going to show it to you. And you guys know when I make a mistake, I usually show you so I can show you how to fix it. In this case, I'm afraid if I showed it to you, you would be more confused than anything. So let me just review. So I've matted it with this, and my thinking on that is, if you recall here, we have this bird and then the larger version. And at first I was a little iffy about it, but then I came around to liking it, having the two together. So when we get back here, I've got the smaller version of this one, so I kind of like the bigger version of this. Then what I did, now before I put that down, here's where things got dicey. I found the center line of the page, which is at 4 1/4, okay? Then I measured down 3 inches from the top on that center line and put a magnet. And then I measured 3 inches from the bottom and put a magnet. So far, so good. Then I cut out a card. This is, it's from a cat food box. It's lightweight cardstock. Or I might have had a sheet of lightweight cardstock. I guess that's what I used. But you can use, you know, any kind of lightweight material. And originally I was going to put this guy on the back as the back decoration, but I accidentally put it on the wrong side. It'll be fine. Unfortunately, he's going to get totally covered up, I'm sure, but we have another one. And then here on the back, it is double matted, and the reason it's double matted is I literally had to peel off a chunk of the mat because I put the magnets in the wrong place. What I was thinking, I don't know. But once you've got the two on this center line, you know, have the center line go pretty close to the top. Okay, I mean, you don't want to go all the way because you've got that little 16th showing, but you've got 1.5 inches to play with, top and bottom, give or take. So you can go pretty far. Draw a center line on this thing. Okay, so then put your 2 magnets on the outside. You know, I've got some here to show you. If I could move that one. Okay, like that. Put some tape on them. Place this down, lining up your center line and top to bottom, and then, you know, attach your magnets. and then mat the back over the magnets, and then mat the front. And again, we're going to probably add tons of decoration to the front of this. I wouldn't be too concerned with what you use for here. All right, so that's that. Put it back. Okay. And that's it. Okay, so everything is matted on the inside except if I come back and put a narrow strip here at the end. So what we have to do next, or I don't know if I'm going to do it next, but we have the 4 side pocket inserts. Those I will not mat till the end because I have no idea what I'm going to have in the way of paper left, but I'm pretty sure those are just going to get about a 1-inch strip of designer paper and then probably craft cardstock or something like that. This we're going to do something with, but we don't have to do it right now. So I talked about at the beginning of this video that I ended up using what I had planned on for the cover on the inside because I didn't have anything else to use. But that's fine because I forgot that I have this beautiful rice paper. So we're going to incorporate that, and we're going to incorporate some of the cut aparts. We're going to do some levels. I'm going to add probably some burlap, cheesecloth, something like that. And we're going to do quite a bit on this cover. So I just wanted to, before I stop, I'm not going to end the video because I don't think it's very long, but I have some things to do first. Plus it's nighttime and I know better than to work at night. That's how I messed up. Generally anything I mess up. Okay, so I have the chipboards and I have these wooden shapes, so we'll be using these. I have these butterflies. You don't need 2 packs. I just happen to have 2 packs, so I pulled them both out. But what I wanted to show you, because next time I see you, I will have done it, I have the collectibles. We have the collectibles. We also have... hang on, let me find it. Okay. So this is the inside back cover. So as you can see, there's lots of things to fussy cut there. And then the collectibles, if you haven't purchased this, I love these. They're a new thing for Stamperia. I used it on Passion, I guess. And I feel like I used it somewhere else, but I can't remember. But in any event, they're fussy cuts, and they're not all, but many of the pages are the same front and back, which is great because then you can flip it one way or the other, however you need it, and if you lift it up and it shows a little, it'll be fine. So here's some. I've got it sideways just because it's long and I wanted to make sure you can see it. So what I am going to do over the next day or so, tonight's Friday night, is cut out a bunch of these so that I have them ready to work with. All these butterflies, and we're going to be working with these. I don't mean these, I mean definitely these, but I mean the whole book. Okay, and then some of them like this are not reversed because you couldn't flip that over. This is not reversed. These are amazing. So I'm going to get a bunch of these cut out so that I have them ready to work with. And we're going to take these, we're going to take the butterflies, the wooden shapes, and the chipboards. And I have another piece of rice paper as well. That's this one. I don't know if I'm going to use this one necessarily because I may save it and use it on another project, but we shall see. But in any event, we'll be going through the book, adding things to the inside, making our inserts. We have quite a bit left to do because the base book is done, but we have lots of embellishing to do. Oops. Lots of embellishing to do and inserts to make. So I will be back in a few seconds for you.